presentation was put together by some Rome supervisors, and Rick couldn't be here today. Benkowski asked if I would pinch hit for him. We have somewhat modified this a little bit. But again, you heard Dan talk about the town of Rome and our assets there. And I'm not going to go through them. You can read them just as well as I can. So flip it to them. Rome demographics, okay. The important thing, 12,000 acres of MFL forest land. You heard Rick Hampton talk earlier in his presentation that while the Rome controls their own zoning, it may be challenged by the new owners who purchased Plum Creek. It's something we have to be aware of, okay? Go ahead. This is an aerial view of our town of Rome here, looking, I guess, from the north to the south. There were three gentlemen that took an airplane ride and shot a lot of overhead pictures that we'll go through now. So that's the town of Rome municipal building where you're all sitting at right now. Right there across the street from town is the Fritzl Mega Mart. And this is our Rome Park with the gazebo, another asset to the community. Right now you're looking at Lake Sherwood from the west looking east. Aerial view of that. And now you're looking at, I believe, this is the lower Camelot. Down here is the 8th Street Bridge. So that's Camelot, lower Camelot, going at the Sherwood Arrowhead, and here you can see the peat wall. I believe here is the upper Camelot and Sherwood. Go ahead, Don. Right now you're getting an aerial view of the Sherwood Lodge. Go ahead, Don. And here's another view of the Sherwood Lodge. And another view of Sherwood Lodge. There's a little prejudice in here. Right now you're looking at the Camelot Lodge and their tennis court. Their shoreline. And here you get a view of Arrowhead. Right now you're looking at, I believe that's number 1 fairway, a driving range, swimming pool, number 10 and number 9. Go ahead, Don. Another view of Arrowhead, the fairway, in our pond and so on. Okay, now you're looking at Sand Valley. This is a new project to the south of us, and you can see it in its beginning stages. This is their irrigation pond. They have a name for that lake, but I don't recall what it is. But again, you can see the development in its stages, how it's going. Another view of the golf course. And some of these photos don't do justice to the terrain of that operation. But I guess if people drove their ATVs a while back there, they know what it's like. Unfortunately, I never had an ATV, so. But it's quite challenging from what I've heard. But another view. Here's a little more of the up and down on the course. All right, Don. And here's another view. And this is not going to be repaired. That's where your ball can go if you don't hit it right. Another view. And I believe that first 18 holes is pretty near completion, and maybe with a little luck, it may open late 2016. Although the official opening is set for 2017. So that's another asset for the town of Rome. And here's another view. You can see the up and downs. Again, you go in there, you're in deep doo-doo. Here's Syracuse Park, some of the trails. Another one of Rome's assets. You see more trails in here. Parking. It's up Highway O. Okay, Don. One of these ski jumps. And I guess tomorrow they'll be doing that, so you're welcome to either watch or participate, whichever you choose to do. Again, another of the ski jumps at Syracuse Park. Okay. Here is our track shoot, just to the northwest. You can see the bunkers. And here's the camping. I guess there's 100 plus drive-through campsites there. Another view. The bunkers. And I guess it's, you know, it's Olympic style from what I understand. All right, now this is a picture, remember this. This is the Port Edwards Mill, okay? It is now closed. Go ahead, Doug. And we can see it employed 900 people at one time. What the industry has lost, 10,000 jobs. And I guess what we're talking about here, our opportunity to refine our economy, our future is here right now. And basically, we're looking at recreation community, okay? And that's where we want to put our emphasis. And hopefully, as defined in a new golf course, the amount of jobs it will create could you know, take place as somebody's job lost in the paper industry. All right, going back again to the what I talked about earlier. You know, 3 of our 4 lakes are repaired. Feedlots. I'm describing some pictures that I'm going to show you shortly after this, okay? These feedlots, this is to the east of us that I talked about earlier. 14 Mile Creek, it ditches that flow into our lakes. And these photos show that one on 6th Avenue north of County D, just constructed within the last 2 years. This is the main channel of what we know as the 14 Mile Creek. So go ahead, Don, let's flip some of these. Flip this one again, okay. Right here, this is 14 Mile Creek, okay? This is our main feed into our lakes today. On the other side of this, which will be the next picture, you're going to see a feed area. The important thing is to know where the stream is in relationship to that feed area. It's a matter of feet. Okay, go ahead, Don. This is that feed area where the cows come to feed. And again, the other photo shows 14 Mile Creek right here. In the back, you see cows. The last time I looked, there were hundreds of them back there, okay? It's hard to pick up on this picture, but there were hundreds of cows back there that come here to feed. And obviously, to eat, they have to do something with it. Next photo. Here is where you'll see, I'll call them my landmines, donated by the cows. And this, again, is very close to 14 Mile Creek. Another photo down. More of it, okay? These are all manure piles that are very close to 14 Mile Creek. And spring thaw comes, some of this stuff starts to float down towards 14 Mile. Next photo down. This is on the other, the previous photos were on the east side of 6th Avenue. This is on the west side of 6th Avenue. This is where 14 Mile Creek normally flowed. The owner of this property built, I guess, I don't call it a dam, we call it a bulkhead. There's channel iron in it. And this gentleman can slip in 2x8 sheets of wood and block the flow of that 14 Mile Creek. He diverts the water into here, which goes into his private holding. I believe it's Cranberry Grower, I'm not sure, but that's what happens, okay? So 14 Mile Creek gets dammed up, water goes in here. So when there's not sufficient rain, you're gonna see our lake start to go down. So this is a photo that may represent why we as a group may have to come together again and address this issue. I think that's the finale. So.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.